one episode you recount in your book is around sponsors, and there was a male executive who noticed that, or actually you told him, he was like, hey, why don't you talk more in these meetings? And you're like, actually, I do talk, and then I get cut off anytime I do it. And then he was like, what? And then he paid attention the next time and then saw someone cut you off. And then the person who cut you off then reached out to you individually later to apologize. You realized it was because this male sponsor actually nudged him and said, hey, man, you're totally cutting Deb off. But maybe did it to other women, too. In some cases, it's helpful to have allies and what you call sponsors that help clear the way.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we talk about mentors and sponsors. Mentors give you advice and sponsors open doors, and they're the ones who take action. And in this case, my manager, I mean, he was a great manager, by the way, even before this, but he just kept saying, even before but one thing that really I struggled with was he would say, why don't you speak up more? And I'm like, have you watched me try to talk? Because I had committed to being an extrovert at work, so I tried. But in the meetings we were in, he noticed I wasn't talking. And so so I tried to speak a couple of times and he realized I was cut off immediately. But what he did was so powerful, which is he said, I see you and I'm going to address this. And he didn't actually tell me he was going to do this, but the next time I was cut off, that person apologized and I said, he reached out to you, didn't he? And I thanked him because behind the scenes, he's making it easier for someone like me who's extremely, I'm already introverted. And so every time I got spoken over in my head, I was like, well, what if I'm saying something wrong? What if, I'm not smart enough? And I was internalizing the feedback of getting cut off as saying, hey, maybe you're not good enough. Whereas maybe an extrovert wouldn't have reacted that way, but it helped me to really see that I needed somebody to say, you know what, I have your back. And I have your back right now, and I'm going to have your back every single time that this happens again. And by the way, it never happened again because he was actually there, making sure it wasn't going to happen in this meeting.
Hey YouTube, glad you're enjoying the podcast. If you really like it, hit subscribe, and then YouTube will notify you every time we have a bang up new guest. Thank you.